Well, hey, there's Fly Guy, Captain Dr. G. Hey, welcome to the pit. How are you tonight? I just thought that we would get into tonight's show. This is Flight 10. Is air safety safe? Great question. I got so many, I wouldn't say a lot, but I got a few phone calls and people send me some texts about air travel. See, people don't know that I retired here a year ago. However, I'm still tied to the industry. I look at everything that goes on. Why? Because I still get to travel for free. And being able to travel for free, you get concerned. Uh, but I still am involved in the aviation industry. That's the reason why I have the pit. And I love to talk about topics that will affect us. And one of the things is air travel. Is it really safe? We've had in the last few months a lot of issues, tires falling off airplanes on takeoff, uh, engine trouble, plug doors blowing out on the Max 900 jet. And I'm here to tell you, family, as many airplanes that are up in the sky flying, air travel is probably about the safest there is. I see a lot of crashes on the ground, especially in the city that I'm in. I live in Long Beach and I see folks running lights, and I'm like, wow, folks, y'all don't need to be running those lights because when you run those yellow lights, you have accidents. But for the most part, back to air travel, it's probably one of the safest there is. And the reason why is because they got systems. I mean, they got redundant systems, backup systems. And then the other thing too, you have people that will tell on you if you do something wrong. Whistleblowers in the cockpit, whistleblowers on the ground. But air travel is really safe. I know I'll jump on an airplane in a minute. Personally, I don't like driving on the ground because it's just, you got a lot of landlubbers down here and they do what they do. As I said with you earlier, they run lights and I've seen many accidents on the ground. But we have not had an accident in the United States in an airplane since I think it is 2009. So for the most part, the industry is really safe. The airplanes, a lot of the airplanes are brand new. And when you have new airplanes, they are, for the most part, the FAA is really like a watchdog. Uh, I hear people say the FAA don't do their job. No, the Federal Aviation Administration, they will ground a plane and ground an airline in a minute. Just yesterday, or maybe it was the day before yesterday, they grounded Alaska Airlines for whatever reason. They shut them down for a while. I think it was a few hours. But the airline industry, family, you don't have to be worried about that. And you shouldn't worry anyway, because God told us not to worry. Don't be fearful. If you want to go flying, go. The chances of you having an issue on an airplane with all the many flights that are going out there, it's really slim to none. Not to say you can't, but but for the most part, the air travel is really safe. I know one thing when I was flying as a captain for American Airlines, and this is a plug for American. I know many times I've had issues with the airplane and I refused to take the airplane. American Airlines did not get upset, didn't get mad. As a matter of fact, they even told me, thank you for identifying the issue and thank you for not taking the plane flying, because safety is their number one concern. And so I know pilots, we all go, we all are up there flying. We want to come home safely too, to our loved ones. And so we're not going to do anything out of the ordinary. As a matter of fact, the pilots are some of the best things that you got going. They are the last safety item. So, and they've been trained very well. So don't be fearful about flying on an airplane. Listen, if you, it is really the most safest thing that's out there today because of all the systems, redundant system, backup systems, and also to the agencies, the watchdogs that are overlooking. So that's my message for you, because you know what? Some of you guys are telling me, I don't want to go flying. I'm scared of flying. Why? Because the news media has put out there that, airplane, this one is this. It's amazing if when one thing happened, it has a big old impact. And then when something happened to another airline, it affects all the other airlines. It's just the industry. But for the most part, it is really safe. And I will jump on an airplane in a heartbeat. Anyway, the airline industry is affected by a lot of things, such as weather. Did you guys check out the weather in Dubai this week? It's safe when we have the right captain at the helm. I know that's right. But anyway, I'll get back to that comment I'm going to make. Thank you, Denise. The this week in Dubai, the weather was so bad in the Emirates. They had planes floating down the runway. The airport was flooded. And I mean, nobody in the airplane. The airplanes were just go on their own because the weather, that water was so high. And even today, they're still evacuating people from Dubai. You know, the airline industry is affected by so many things. Issues with airplanes, issues with weather, issues with passengers. Did you know that a passengers can get an airplane grounded? If you get on there acting real crazy, the pilot said, I ain't taking this thing flying. I'm not going to take this machine up in the air. Either you getting off or I'm getting off. But I'd never take an airplane flying with the issue. At least that was my mindset. And I know many pilots are like that. So in my notes today, we need to pray for that whole industry right now. We need to pray for their safety, pray for everyone that operates in it, the passengers. It really is a trusting industry because we depend upon the other people to make sure that they do their jobs. And for the most part, you got a lot of caring people that work for airlines. They care about the people, and they love to provide good service. I know when I was an employee for American, I was there to serve the people. I was there to take care of you. I was there to add value to your life. Anything that I could do to make the flight more smoother, I talk on the microphone. I greet people at the door when they come on board, greet them when they get off. And, for the most part, we had some pretty nice flights. But air travel is really safe. It's the way to go, too. And also, you can get to your destination quicker. I know I did a trip from St. Louis to Los Angeles. We had just bought a brand new van, new van. It took 3 days to get to Los Angeles and almost 3 days to get back. And yet, when I was flying, some of my routes was like St. Louis to LA. I'd be in Los Angeles 3 hours and 10 minutes later flying, and then almost 3 hours just going back. And yet I would still be down there on the highway. I'd say, man, I've made at least 9 trips to Los Angeles, and it took me 3 days to get out here. And I made 9 trips back and forth just in the machine. So I was like, I think I'm going to stick with flying airplanes. Okay, what's that comment that you just put up? You said, I would have loved to have been on one of your flights, Captain Dr.G, but we have you now and we are grateful. I'm so honored. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Because where I want to get y'all, two things I want to do for my group. I want to find my tribe. One person told me, you know what, you need to go out and find your own tribe and work with them. So I said, okay, I'm going to do that. I said, I want to take the tribe to the wealthy place. I want everyone that I know that's part of our group to be wealthy, to be empowered. I want us to live the abundant life. That's my heart desire for people that come on board this process with us. And we can do that. We're going to do it. Yes, I just got my life in order. I just moved. I'm telling you, I just moved from about about 5 miles away from the beach house. My father-in-law, he crossed over, bless his soul, but he left us a house, my wife a house. And so we decided to move in it. Let me share this with you, family. It took 3 days to move. It has been work. I don't know about you, but I don't like moving. Moving takes a lot out of you. And so I have not been able to uh, really do some of the things that I wanted to do uh, until I got my personal life in order. Because it's important, you got to make sure that your personal life is in order before you can be able to help somebody else. It's just like you can't love on no one else until you first love on yourself. I know it says love thy neighbor as thyself, but you got to love on you. You got to make sure you got yourself together. And so that's what I had to do. And now that I'm in my new office, we got our the home internet, everything's in place. Now I can get back to really doing what I love to do. And one of the things I want to do is just teach, train, develop people to reach their full potential. And the Captain Millionaire piece is still the key to us moving forward. And then there's some other things that has happened here just recently. Um, I've had working with the Bootsy Collins Foundation. That piece is jumping off with the funk, not fight, because I'm on a mission. We need to cut down the violence or calm down the violence in our communities, because the youth, the next generation, somebody have to go after them. And so that's what Bootsy and Patty is trying to do. And I'm in agreement with them to work with them to make that happen. Because then, Bootsy is a superstar. I hung out with Bootsy one night in, where were we at? At the at the South by Southwest Festival. Oh man, Bootsy is loved. Oh my God, he's loved. And just hanging out with him, I was able to meet so many other wonderful people. I was like, shoot, run with Bootsy. He attract people. And then you can just help other folks now come through, share your process with other people to help empower them. And so that's one of the things I'm going to do. It really is all about networking. It's about networking ourselves together. Anyway, it's exciting. And then just recently here, y'all, I got a phone call from the Juneteenth Foundation. I've now connected with them. For some reason, all these organizations, I'm connecting with them to be able to do some wonderful things. However, I want you to come on the journey with me. I want us to come and do some wonderful things and empower our people, empower the communities. I'm excited. I might as well share this with you. When I was at the South by Southwest event, I met a band, a trio band that was excellent. All their music was so good, y'all. We just went to go visit them the night of the Southwest event just to hear them play. They was playing at the Elephant Bar. Just so happens the next day, they found out that I was there at the event. And I told one person that I'll invite them to come over and hear Bootsy at the park the next day where Bootsy was playing. Well, they showed up, found me, and one thing led to another. I met their family, and then it was on because Patty had me come up and speak to the audience. And you know me, you put me in front of a crowd, I'm going to show up and show out. Coach, give me the mic. I got something I want to say. Well, just so happens one of the ladies in the audience from Bermuda, she heard me. And after I came down off the stage, she came to me and said, you know, I love your message about the captain's millionaire and you want to empower people. We really need that here in Bermuda. I know that I'm called to do this. And guess what? A few weeks later, she signed up in the program. And she's going to be the liaison down there in Bermuda to kick the Captain's Millionaire Training Program off. You see, Bermuda is like a laboratory. You can develop it, test it there, and cause it to really to grow globally. And so that's one of the things I'm going to do. But I need you guys, you know, the international people are starting to jump on me, come on board. But I want all you guys, let's go together. Let's make some things happen. You know, Africa, I'm talking with them right now. It's an interesting time. I'm meeting so many people. You know, today I met a group, the 1607, the first landing of 1607. They called me back. We had a wonderful conversation. They invited me to come out to Raleigh, Durham next week to speak and meet with them. And it's just other people that are learning about what I'm doing. They're getting excited about. Now, the 1609, the 1607 people, they don't look like you and I. They're from a different persuasion. Matter of fact, the guy that I talked to today, he's a reverend missionary from South Africa that came here to America, 22 years ago. And he just became a U.S. citizen 5 years ago. And you know what he said to me today? And he said it so proudly. I am an African American. And he's just so happy. And I said, well, that you are. You came to America by choice. I said, but my folks was brought here by force. I'm American. I'm a proud descendant of slaves. And you know what he said to me, brother? I understand exactly what you're saying, and I agree with you. And he said, I want you to come out and share this here with the 1607 First Landing Group. And so I'm going to do that. It's amazing. The people in Virginia, I'm learning so much. We're right on point. What we're doing is phenomenal. We're making history because they want to save America. They want to take back America. But we want to be able to heal America too. But the American slave culture, and I told him, I kept it real with him. I said, you can't heal this country until we fix the foundation. And he said to me, you are absolutely right. And I said, American slavery is the foundation of this nation. Other people understand this. They do. They get it. We haven't got it. But the moment we do, we're going to be some bad mothers. Shut your mouth. And they want to help. So if people want to help you, I want to help them. So we're going to do some things together. And at the same time, we're going to do some things that have never been done before. Now, let's get back to the Captain's Millionaire. Each and every one of you, you are the captain of your life. A captain millionaire is just principle, purpose, process, precision, people, priority, prosperity, philosophy driven. That's a captain millionaire. He's the leader or she's the leader of their life. They're the captain. And, you know, only reason why I put the millionaire status on it is because I know when you do hit millionaire status, you move into a whole new different level. You move away from the group that you become oh my goodness, you become an investor, accredited investor. And when you hit the credited investor spot, the SEC don't mess with you because they figure you're now in a position to be able to handle the difficulties of investing. You have the resources. Okay, Denise, look at God. God bless you new and divine connection. Awesome. That's right. And I know you coming on the journey. I don't have to drag you. You said you coming. And I'm just excited and I want the best for all of us. And the reason why I host these weekly training is to inspire you. Let this be like a shot in the arm. But God loves you, and so do I. Oh, speaking about that, I sent out a video to some of the students today about the first landing 1607. If you get a chance, watch it because Einstein said you cannot solve a problem at the same level in which it was created. You got to go all the way back to the beginning. Now, I know that some of us are talking about the 1619 project, and that's cool too. But we got to go back to 1607, 1606. One of the things that this gentleman said to me, he said, I don't care if you're 30 to 90 years old. He said, what I'm learning is that most people don't know the history of this country. And he was talking about folks that didn't look like you and I, his own kind. And I could see it now because when I watched the video, y'all, oh my God, this country was in 1607, America was dedicated to God. This is God's country. It's no wonder we have all the different covenants. That's why it's important that you know your history. Because once you know the history, then we can be able to move forward. And that's the only thing that I'm saying is that we got to get the runway right. See, the foundation is the runway. We don't want no bumps in the road, but we get the foundation right. And we're there now. We're there. We can move. We can have a nice smooth takeoff and climb on up to altitude. And because of knowing the history, knowing the laws and covenants, you can't be stopped because you're operating in truth, and it's truth that makes you free. And that's what we all got to understand. Yes, we now have all the tools. I'm going to do some things. I said I wouldn't talk about it on the Captain's Millionaire, but I will just for a second. I'm going to work on the citizenship program for the descendants of American slave. The reason why I say that is because the American slave nation asked me, would I do that for them? We're in partnership. So I'm going to work on that piece so that we can begin to get that going for that institution. So we got we got several things in place. We got a new currency, spurt dollars, that I want to down the road here share with some of the students. We have everything that we need now to move forward. And it's not going to take everybody. It's going to take the right body. We will create the movement. And because of when you create a movement, it drags people along the way. Once you know your history, you are in freedom. Oh, Lindaville, you just hit a home run with that nugget. That is a true statement. And see, money does not set you free. It's truth. Knowing truth makes you free. And that's the only thing that I've been wanting us to do because, see, God says, my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge, not money. So ignorance has been our greatest enemy. It's what we don't know that has been hurting us. But there's an old saying, when you know yourself and you know the enemy, you're never ever in danger of losing any battle. But if you only know yourself and know not the enemy, you stand a 50% chance of winning. But when you don't know thyself and you don't know the enemy, you already lost. But our greatest enemy has been ignorance. And so the knowledge piece is so important. That's the reason why I put the platform together to at least help us acquire the knowledge. So as we move forward, we can use the power of leverage that can help catapult us to the wealthy place. I'm so excited about what we're doing right now. I'm excited about those that's going to listen to this training that we're doing here every week. I want you to go to the captainsmillionaire.net. I put that in the chat. All right. I just put it in there because I want my friends to be wealthy, because we're headed to the wealthy place. And yes, it takes time. It took me about 30 years to become a millionaire. I know some people are doing it overnight, but they don't keep it. You know, you go win the lottery. Some people are broke in 3 years and in trouble with the IRS. So I want us to do it the right way. And I want to use gold coin. I want to use cryptocurrency. I want to use spurt dollars. I want us to own businesses. I want us to own hotels. And I think we're there now, because I've got a couple organizations and people that really want to get behind it to make it fly. Because that's been the issue, finding the right people. And I know that you guys are here every week. You are the right people, but it's going to take more than just the 2 or 3 of us for what we need to do. It's going to take a movement, and we have to move the people from where they are to where they need to be. But I'm just so glad that you guys are here. I love you. I appreciate you guys. And you guys are part of the tribe, the Captain's Millionaire Tribe. I need your help. I'm going to ask you guys. I got each one of your phone numbers that showed up tonight. I've got something that I need your help with so we can begin to get the word out. By the way, I did put out on Facebook, I'm looking for my tribe. And I did that about 3 or 4 days ago. And as of today, I have over 60 people that hit like and said, I'm in. So I need your help to help me to connect with those 60 people, Linda and Denise. And then we get that 60 people trained, and we just explode this thing out there. You guys are part of the tribe now. And I'm committed to, as your leader, to get you guys to the wealthy place. We can do it now because we got people that want to go. Anyway, the time has gone so fast tonight. You guys got any thoughts or comments that you guys or want to talk about, or questions? Because you got to do it quickly, because we only have just a few more minutes left for the show tonight. I'm so honored to have been on with you guys. Thank you for showing up. Do me a favor, hit like the show for this evening, and let's talk soon. Appreciate you guys. You guys have a good night.